Trains are very, very important to every city. In fact, if we hadn't gotten a train in 1888, we might not have the San Angelo you know today. I'm Dr. Linda Bond, and today I'm going to read you a book about Trains are very, very important. Trains are very, very important to every city. In fact, if we hadn't gotten a train in 1888, we might not have the San Angelo you know today. I'm Dr. Linda Bond, and today I'm going to read you a book about a little girl and a train. The book is called A Little House in a Big Place by Allison Atchison. A girl lived in a little house in a little town in the middle of a big place. Clickety-clack trains crossed the field behind. She stood at her window and waved to the train engineer who passed every day, and she wondered about where he came from and where he went, and if she might go away too someday. The train engineer drove east through the night and west as the sun came up. He drove past many towns, but in this one town, a little girl waved to him from a house with shining colored lights. His train came over the horizon every morning. One moment there was only sky, and the next moment there would be a dot that got bigger and bigger and bigger, and the dot would become a train. Every morning the girl waved and the engineer waved back. The train rushed and rumbled to the other side of her window and away, and became a dot, a smaller dot, an almost invisible dot. But his wave and her wave together made a home in her heart. She wondered about the engineer riding high in the front. She wondered if he liked his uniform and his engineer's cap. Maybe he wanted to wear a cowboy hat or a suit with tails and a top hat. She didn't know his name, and he couldn't know hers. She didn't know that this day would be his last day driving that train. The little girl stood at her window as she did every morning, only this time she saw something sail from the engineer's hand. She ran out from the little house, but wherever it was, instead she found wild strawberries hidden and sweet and wildflowers along the tracks. She picked some and lay in the warm-smelling prairie grass, looked up at the sky, listened to the songs of the grasshoppers' chirps, and felt the whoosh of the wind. The wind whispered, "What is it?" The little girl stood and let the wind push gently at her back. She let it blow and carry her further from her little house. She could see the tiniest speck, a dot that grew and grew and turned out to be the engineer's cap. She put it on and it fit, almost. The train still came over the horizon every morning with a different engineer, but the girl didn't always wait by the window. Sometimes she painted pictures, sometimes she danced, and sometimes she made up songs to play on the guitar. The girl grew up, she left the little house, she left the little town, and she rode a train east. East to where the sun rises, disappearing into a small dot on the edge of a big sky, but ending up somewhere. Thank you for joining me at the Railway Museum. Let's get together next week and I'll read you another story.
Hello, I'm Dr. Linda Bond, and I'm at the Railway Museum in San Angelo. It's in a historic brick two-story building, and it was built in 1910 as the Texas corporate headquarters of the Kansas City, Mexico, and Orient Railroad. Today we're going to read a book called Trains Don't Sleep by Andrea Rosenbaum. Trains are humming, coming near, coupled cars from front to rear. Rumbling, grumbling, screech and squeal, rolling, trolling, wheels on steel. Puffing, chuffing, never yawning, climbing hills as day is dawning. Trains don't sleep, they clang and hoot, reaching stations on their route. Quiet town to noisy city, looming large and strong and gritty. Passengers, please find a seat, ride the rails and rest your feet. Trains don't sleep, they need to tow freight and flat cars in a row. Tender, reefer, logging car, built to last and travel far. Hopper, box car, auto rack, bridges, tunnels, forest track, sky-high trestle, canyon sights. Trains are not afraid of heights. Through the wind, in rain and snow, trains will trudge and go, go, go. Transport trailers, trucks, and cranes zoom past traffic stuck in lanes. Trains don't sleep, they need to lead, roaring, rushing, gaining speed. Flashing lights, crossing gate, sorry cars, you'll have to wait. Circus train with tents and crew, elephant and tigers too. Poodles, ponies, bears that dance, clever clowns in checkered pants. Down a mountain bold and brave, sweep by sheep and share a wave. Shining headlights journey home, rocking slightly as they roam. Trekking toward the setting sun, trains are always on the run. Give the brakes a gentle push. Wheels will whisper shush, shh, shh. Calm the engine, idle cars, in the yard beneath the stars. Good night, travelers, off to bed. Dreams await you just as head. Moving on, trains huff and heave, knowing that it's time to leave. Trains don't sleep, they roll away, racing toward a brand new day. Thanks for joining us at the Railway Museum. We'll see you next week for another story. Hi, I'm Dr. Linda Bond, and we're at the Railway Museum, and I'm going to read a story about trains today. This is called Trains Run, and it's by Georgia Ellen and Ben Lyon. So, trains travel down the track, all day gone, all night back. Trains run. Steam engine, gas engine, electric engine too. Chooka chooka, vroom zoom, hiss. There's that train. If one car is good, 20 cars are better. Line them up on the track and couple them together. Trains run. Boxcar, tank car, lots of rolling stock. Hurry up, workers. Got to beat that clock. On time, down the line, here comes engine number 9. Trains run. Locomotive so devoted pulls the cars when they are loaded. From iron horse on its course hauls the cars with mighty force. Toy train, circus train, subway, or bullet. Got to have an engine to push it or pull it. Steam engine, gas engine, electric engine too. Chooka chooka, vroom vroom, hiss. Railroad crossing, signals flashing, down comes the gate. Trains got to move on through, folks got to wait. Trains run. Trains go through snow and jungles and sand. Can a train climb a mountain? I think that it can. Slow it goes up the slope, fast across the bridge, a long, strong trestle that links ridge to ridge. If a mountain's super high, the best way to do it is to build a long tunnel so the train goes right through it. Don't you want to try it? Don't you want to ride? Silver rails, train track trails, a friend by your side? Buy your ticket at the station. Find your platform too. Don't dilly-dally, the train won't wait for you. Hear the cars rumble, hear the brakes wheeze. It's your train rolling in. All aboard, please. Steam engine, gas engine, electric engine too. Chooka chooka, vroom zoom, hiss. Thank you for joining us for story time at the Railway Museum. If there's a book about trains that you'd like to have me read, please contact us. Go to Facebook to the Railway Museum of San Angelo. We'll see you next week.